So today I'm gonna do a little deck of my new burn deck for old school Magic, and we begin with the lands. So strip mine only one because, well, it is uh, restricted in Swedish. You can adjust this deck, of course. Hammerheim, well, he removes land walking ability, but it's just another mountain, really, which are 16 in the deck. Yeah, mostly alpha, only one beta. Pretty cool. Not having to rely on the Mishra's Factory because sometimes you need mana of a certain color, and it sucks when you have nothing but Mishra's Factories, right? So the creatures, well, let's begin with the Granite Gargoyle. It is a 2/2 for 3, and it is a flying creature, but it can bump its toughness, which is awesome because you have stuff like Mana Flare in the deck, right? And I think it's very defensive, which is what you want when you're waiting to use a fireball, for instance, and of course ball lightning. 3 red mana, 6/1 trample. It dies after it's summoned, but I like this very much. I didn't put it a 4th one because, well, it seems like overkill. But this deck could handle a 4th one. The Shivan Dragons. Okay, so kind of like the Gargoyles, except you pump the power. Well, it is a 5/5, which is considered quite powerful, and we're gonna be using Mox Ruby, and of course Gauntlet of Might, so it's only becoming more versatile and more powerful. The Juggernaut. Okay, the Juggernaut is a great sweeper in block or die situations, but yeah, it costs 4 for a 5/3. It's not that great, but it is a staple in many formats. So let's take a look at the artifacts. We got Black Lotus. Every deck is better with a deck with a Black Lotus. If you don't have one, then save up for one because the prices are only going to get higher. Mox Ruby, of course, some mana acceleration. The Chaos Orb, best removal in the format. Soaring, just as great as the Black Lotus, I guess, but you can use it multiple times. I don't know. I like it a lot. Okay, and of course the Mana Vault. Now the Mana Vault can be used, but then you have to pay 4 mana to untap it. Otherwise, you suffer some damage. So there's a lot of mana in this deck. So it's cool. No problems here. Okay. Think. Okay, and the Wanted of Might, of course. I should be running 3, but I don't have the all 3. So all red creatures gain +1/+1, and all mountains provide an extra red mana. This is great. So, spells. Got the burn spells, lightning bolts, take care of creatures, combined with, you know, your own creatures, or using multiple ones. And of course, chain lightning. There's a lot of lights right here. Not my fault, for sure. The thing is that you can go back and forth, just distributing damage in between you and the opponent. So you have to watch out for this one. Okay. Well, fireball, I mean, it's kind of like a huge lightning bolt, if that makes any sense. Disintegrates, just awesome, almost like a lightning bolt, like a fireball, of course. And okay, fork. So fork just doubles the spell, so you can play it only instants and sorceries, of course, and then you can use it to counter a counter spell, for instance. Pretty darn cool. Earthquake, so it does X damage to each player and each non-flying creature. So this is what we're looking for. We want to kill the player, right? Oh, the mana flare. 1 extra mana when tapped. But this affects all players. So what else? Well, Wheel of Fortune, of course. It just gets your new hand. I think it's very OP. And it's awesome. And, well, I think the only one left here is Inferno. Does 6 damage to all players and all creatures. The same mentality here. What you're gonna do? You're gonna use stuff like Mana Flare, Gauntlet of Might, Mana Vault to be able to play these high mana cost player killers. Okay, so I think this is it for the main board. So the sideboard is quite simple. Shatterstorm will just destroy all artifacts, and Stone Rain destroys 1 land. Nothing very notable here, but here comes Red Elemental Blast. Now you can counter a blue spell or destroy a card that is blue. So this is very nice. Maze of Ith, a must when you're dealing with creatures, and it will nerf the opponent's creature. Okay, Shatter just destroys an artifact. Nevinarro's Disc, just a sweeper, just takes care of everything. Well, not everything. Creatures, enchantments, and artifacts. Blood Moon. Okay, so when the opponent has a lot of dual balance, and he's relying too much on certain lands, then you can slap these on. So that is it. So yeah, thank you for watching, subscribe, and see you next time.